Morning everybody, my name's Helen Garrett and I'm an online entrepreneur. I've been in business for the last 4 years, and prior to that I used to work in the corporate world. I worked in the IT industry for about 25 years, and 5 years ago I quit my job to spend more time with my children. So then after about a year I set up my own business, and as I say, I've been successfully running that now for the last 4 years. Now the reason I'm here today is that I'd like to put together a short training directed primarily at new people, but it may be that some people who've been running their own businesses for a while could benefit from this too. I want to talk a little bit about putting together your first 90-day activity plan, a plan that's going to drive you towards achieving your very first profit goal in your business, and that's a little something I spoke about earlier. So what I want to do is try and help you understand many people who have their own businesses fail. 98% of home business owners fail, and so much of this really is down to a lack of planning and a lack of understanding about how to actually motivate yourself to do the work that you need to do every day to achieve your success. So I want to talk a little bit about that as well. Right, okay then, so first of all, why do we work our businesses in 90-day cycles? You know, everybody does it, even the big corporations, they tend to post their results on a quarterly basis. You need to be thinking in exactly the same way. And one of the reasons that we work in 90-day cycles is something called the law of averages. Okay, now that is a universal law. Okay, and the thing about universal laws is they are set in stone and they are absolutely immovable. Okay, you can't fight them, you can't change them, you can't even work your way around them. But if you understand that the law of averages exists, and you take the trouble to understand what the key numbers are for success in your business, then you can put together a plan that over that 90-day period will allow the law of averages to kick in and actually deliver the results that you seek so that you hit that initial profit goal. Okay? So working in 90-day cycles is really important. What we then do at the end of that first period is obviously we look to see whether or not we achieved our profit goal. Hopefully you will have done. If you've got your planning right, you almost certainly will. But then what you do is you look back and you review. Okay, so what worked? What didn't work? What would I do differently? Maybe I'm going to add some new stuff into the mix now, and maybe I'm going to drop something. Maybe one activity just didn't generate the kind of success I wanted. So we plan, we execute for 90 consecutive days, and then we review our progress. So, you know, we look at how we've done really only once a quarter. The rest of the time we're focusing on activity, doing the work that's actually going to allow the law of averages to bring us those results. Okay, so how do we put a plan together then? In very simple terms, let's start with our profit goal, okay? You know how much profit you want to make, and you're sure you're going to know what your profit margins are in your business. You know how much profit you make if you sell a widget or you bring a new distributor into your business. You know how much profit. So you can very quickly work out the number of units or distributors or service packs or whatever it is that you have got to sell over that first 90-day period in order to derive that profit goal. So that's your first task. How many of whatever it is have I got to sell? Okay? So now we know how many we're going to sell. Let's now divide that by 90, because we now want to know how many of these have I got to sell on a daily basis. What is my daily target? Okay. Now, in order to make that sale, I'm going to do this really easily. Let's just say that I need to sell 1 unit per day for 90 consecutive days to reach my profit target. So in order for me to make that one sale, how many people, how many intelligent conversations do I need to have on a daily basis in order to derive that sale? Okay, so again, really simple. Let's say I need to speak to 10 people. I need to show my offering to 10 people in order to allow the law of averages to kick in and make that one sale. Speak to 10, sell 1, okay? So now I know I've got to have those 10 good conversations. Well, in order to make that happen, how many people have I got to put it in front of? How many, you know, if I'm working on the internet, how many people do I need to be confident are going to look at my advert? Because out of those, I need at least 10 of them to click through to my website and really start to study the information and learn about my offering. And if those 10 do that, I can be reasonably confident that one of them is going to buy. So I'm breaking this down to the very nth degree, the activity levels. How many people have got to see my offering in order for me to make that one sale. And whatever that number is, that's your activity. That's what you've got to do. So let's, for argument's sake, say I need to speak to 100 people every single day, whether I'm doing it over the internet using my websites and my advertising, or whether I'm a door-to-door salesman, then I'm going to go and knock on 100 doors to have the 10 good conversations to make the one sale. But now I know what my daily activity levels are. Okay, now, here's the rub. A 90-day plan is actually a one-day plan. And all you do is you repeat it for 90 consecutive days. Now, I just want to say that again. A 90-day plan is a one-day plan which you execute repeatedly for 90 consecutive days. You don't change it as you go along, you do it. You just focus on the process. You get your head down and you focus on the activity that's required to generate the conversations that will ultimately generate the sale. So that's my second hot tip. Focus not on the results, focus on the process. Just do the work, just get it done. Okay? It's human nature to berate yourself and knock yourself sideways if things don't go well. So if you start reviewing your results at the end of every single day, you're going to have days when you don't make that sale. And you may have days when you make several sales. And that's the law of averages, yeah? So again, over a 90-day period, the law of averages will kick in and you will get your results. But you're not going to see them in neat little increments day after day after day. So focusing on results on a daily basis is self-defeating. You are setting yourself up for negative feelings and failure and thinking, oh, it's not working. When of course it is working. You just haven't given it long enough. So please focus on the process. Focus on getting the work done. Okay? And then finally, the last thing I want to say is that you have to hold yourself accountable. Okay? Nobody else is going to kick your ass and tell you to get out there and get the work done. You are responsible for your results. You are responsible for your actions. So you need to be prepared to hold yourself accountable. If you do those things, then when you do get to the end of your first 90 days and you look back at your progress, you are going to be spot on or very, very close to having achieved your goal. All right? And if you do that, first 90 days, hit your first profit target. How excited are you going to be? You're going to be motivated, you're going to be passionate and enthusiastic, you're going to be racing around telling everybody else about the wonderful business that you've got. And if you run a network marketing business or an MLM and you're trying to attract other people into your business, passion and enthusiasm and results are the things that will attract people to you and your business will become easier to do. So don't underestimate the power of planning, which of course has no value unless you do the work that underpins it. It's key. There is one of America's foremost business philosophers, a guy called Jim Rohn, has a saying which I absolutely love, and I'll put it up at the end of this video. He says, if you're not planning, you're planning to fail. I think that says it all. Enjoy, guys. Bye for now.